Let's Bill here. I'd like to talk about different types of moves. Moves can be a combination of different types. Captures. Captures are on average 20% of all chess moves. All types of units can capture, and 5 types of units can be captured, making a total of 30 possible captures. The king cannot be captured. Recapture. A recapture is capturing a piece that has just captured on the same square. If any white piece captures the black knight, the black rook can recapture it. The bishop captures the knight. The rook recaptures the bishop. Exchange. Exchange is capturing a defended piece of the same value. It consists of a capture followed by a recapture. White exchanges rooks. White exchanges pawns. White exchanges knights. White exchanges bishops. White exchanges bishop for knight. Even though these are different types of pieces, they have, in theory, the same value. White exchanges knight for bishop. White exchanges queens. Winning captures. A winning capture is capturing a defended piece of more value or capturing an undefended unit. White has just won queen for rook. Sacrifices and blunders. A sacrifice is intentionally capturing a defended piece of less value. White sacrificed the bishop to get a passed pawn through. When a player overlooks that piece is defended, then the capture is a blunder. White has lost queen for knight. Check. Any unit can give check except the king. The knight checks the king. Check evasion. A check evasion is a move that evades check. There are 3 ways to escape check. Capture the checking piece. Move the king to a safe square. Block the checking piece. See if we can find those moves in this position. The rook captures the checking rook. The king moves to a safe square. The rook blocks the checking rook. Pawn check. So we have different types of checks. If the pawn is undefended, the king can capture it. Knight check. Here a knight checking denies the king 1 square. Bishop check. Here a bishop checking denies the king 2 squares. Rook check. Here a rook checking denies the king 2 squares. Queen check. Here a queen denies the king 4 squares. Contact check. A contact check cannot be blocked. Pawn checks, knight checks, and checks by adjacent bishops, rooks or queens are contact checks. So white moves the queen right next to the king, defended by the rook. This is a contact check because the check cannot be blocked by moving between the king and the queen. Here a queen denies the king 5 squares. Here a contact queen check denies the king 5 squares. Discovered check. A discovered check is when the moving piece reveals check by a second piece. The moving piece can be anything except the queen. The reveal piece can be any line piece. So the line pieces are the rooks, bishops and queens. So white moves the knight to give a discovered check with the rook. Next move the knight will be able to take the black rook. Double check. A double check is a discovered check where the moving piece gives check as well as the revealed piece. Moving the king is the only way to evade a double check. So the bishop moves, checking the king as well as the rook, and in a double check the king must always move. Capturing check. A check can be a capture. Rook takes the pawn. Check. Safe check. A safe check is when the checking piece cannot be captured. Safe checks are important checks to look at. The queen moves next to the black king, defended by a pawn. This is a safe check. Meeting a check with a check. Sometimes a check evasion gives check. By capturing the checking piece may give check. Capturing the checking piece may give discovered check. Moving the king may give discovered check. Blocking the check may give check. Blocking the check may give discovered check. So you can see there's quite a few possibilities. So here, white is in check from the rook. The white rook blocks, and at the same time a discovered check by the white bishop is created. Capturing the checking piece may give check. So rook takes rook, check. Capturing the checking piece may give discovered check. Rook takes rook, discovered check. Moving the king may give discovered check. Check by the queen. Blocking the check may give check. Queen blocks the check, giving check as well. Blocking the check may give discovered check. The black rook checks the white king. White blocks with the rook, giving check with the queen. Block. There are different types of blocking moves. A friendly unit can be blocked on a square. An opponent pawn can be blocked on a square. A friendly line unit can be blocked on a line. An opponent line unit can be blocked on a line. So in this position, white moves his pawn. So that stops the knight from going to e5, blocks the bishop from going to these squares. It blocks the black pawn from moving forward. It blocks the black bishop from moving beyond the pawn. Blocking a square. The white king blocks the white knight from getting to f7, which would be mate. While a line can be blocked by either side, you can only be blocked on a square by your own pieces. Types of blocking moves. Blocking a pawn. The knight blocks the pawn. Blocking an opponent's pawn. The knight blocks the opponent's pawn. The pawn is the only type of opponent's piece that can be blocked on a square. That's because the pawn doesn't move the same way as it captures. Blocking a knight. The queen blocks the knight from moving to f3. After queen f3, the knight cannot get there. blocking a king. The bishop blocks the king from moving to h2. Unblocking moves. There are different types of unblocking moves. A friendly non-line unit can be unblocked on a square. A friendly line unit can be unblocked on a line. An opponent line unit can be unblocked on a line. So, white moves the knight to f3, so unblocks the white pawn, the pawn can now advance. It unblocks the black pawn can now advance. It unblocks the white bishop, the bishop can now get to these squares. And the black bishop can get to these squares. When a piece moves, it may unblock or free line pieces of either side that can pass through the square. So if the knight moves, it unblocks the bishop. Okay, so the bishop is now unblocked. Types of attacking moves. Pawn attacks. A pawn does not safely attack a pawn. So when this pawn attacks the black pawn, it's a two-way attack. A pawn safely attacks a knight. A pawn does not safely attack a bishop. A pawn safely attacks a rook. A pawn does not safely attack a queen. A pawn can safely attack only a knight or a rook on its own. Knight attacks. A knight safely attacks anything except another knight. Knight attacks a pawn. The knight does not safely attack a knight. The knight safely attacks a bishop. The knight safely attacks a rook. A knight safely attacks a queen. A knight can safely attack any other piece except a knight. A bishop safely attacks a pawn. A bishop safely attacks a knight. A bishop does not safely attack a bishop. A bishop safely attacks a rook. A bishop does not safely attack a queen. A bishop can safely attack any piece except a bishop or queen. A rook safely attacks a pawn. A rook safely attacks a knight. A rook safely attacks a bishop. A rook can safely attack any piece except a rook or pawn or queen. A queen safely attacks a pawn. A queen safely attacks a knight. A queen safely attacks a bishop on a rank or file. A queen safely attacks a rook on a diagonal. A queen can safely attack any piece except a queen. A king safely attacks a pawn. A king safely attacks a knight. A king safely attacks a bishop on a rank or file. A king safely attacks a rook on a diagonal. A king can safely attack any piece except a king or queen. A king would move into check if it is adjacent to a king or queen. Types of supported attacking moves. A defended pawn safely attacks a bishop. A defended pawn safely attacks a queen. A defended pawn safely gives check. A defended bishop safely attacks the queen. A defended rook safely attacks the queen. A pawn move defends an attacked pawn. A knight move defends an attacked unit. A bishop move defends an attacked unit. A rook move defends an attacked unit. A queen move defends an attacked unit. A king move defends an attacked unit. Two knights defend each other. A bishop and a pawn defend each other. Two rooks defend each other. And white has checkmate. A queen and bishop defend each other, and black is in checkmate. A queen and rook defend each other, and black is in mate. Two queens defend each other and give mate. Discover defence. Unblocking the bishop allows it to defend the knight. Okay, so the bishop now defends the knight. Special moves. Special moves are castling kingside or queenside. The en passant capture and promotion. So in this case, white castles and black attempts the castle. Combination of types. Moves can be combinations of different types. So white makes a move. So white captures, promotes to a knight, evades check by taking a checking piece, gives check, moves an attacked unit, and attacks the queen all in one move. Okay, so ranking of types. Checkmate is the most powerful move. Check. Mate threats. Capture of queen. Saving queen. Attack on queen. Capture on rook. Saving rook. Attack on undefended rook. Pawn attacks the rook. Capture a minor piece. Saving minor piece. Attack on undefended minor piece. Pawn attack on minor piece. Capture a and then there's capture a pawn, attack on pawn, saving pawn. Okay, so now the next position. Checkmate. The most powerful move is the one that ends the game. The side in check must immediately escape check. Mate threats. When threatened with mate, a player must either stop the mate or give check. White defends mate by exchanging queens. I think there's a pawn missing there. Capture of queen. The capture of the strongest piece is the next most powerful move after checks and mate threats. Saving queen. The queen may be saved by capturing or blocking the attacker. The queen may move to a safe square. Attack on queen. Capture of rook. Saving rook. Pawn attack on rook. The attack with the pawn is more powerful than the attack with the knight. Thank you for watching.